This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog for the 20th of September, 2021. I'm Scott Allen Miller and welcome to the show. I'm not recording myself today because we have this awesome time lapse of our new roof being put onto the hotel. We have had this scheduled for quite some time. We really needed this. Our old roof, which you can still see some of the remnants of here, just barely because they got it down so quickly, was slanted, and when it rained it was meant to just, you know, go forward off the roof like you typically do, and that worked fine, except they then at some point in the past added this other roof, which you see in the video right now, and that roof would drain to the sides. So the roof that had been there would drain under this roof, and when it rained it would just pour into the middle of the restaurant, which was completely insane how it worked. So it was worthless, right? Every time it rained, everybody had to come inside because there was so much water going into the restaurant. There was like almost no tables that were usable as it was. So that was really significant because half the year here in Nicaragua it rains daily. So right now we're in the rainy season, and pretty much every day, somewhere between 4 and 6 o'clock, it starts raining and our restaurant becomes useless. And sometimes it does it at night. We've had it happen right at the peak of dinner, and there isn't enough space inside to hold all the people who are outside. And the purpose of a restaurant like ours is to sit outside. So having people have to move inside to be able to do things really does not work. So we had to come up with a way to fix the roof. So what we have done, because this is the super slow week, we had a little bit of a holiday last week, and this is Monday. The crew showed up really early this morning, like 5 o'clock. They actually came in last night with huge amounts of roofing material, filled the hotel with it, which was crazy. It's like, it smells like hay season back in New York. It's palm leaves, but it gives the impression of hay. And they bring in this big lumber this morning and started building this new structure called a rancho that's going to extend and combine with the existing rancho, and they're going to fix, you can see there's gaps in the front there which aren't a problem, but they don't look great. They're going to fix all that. We have some plumbing that has to be fixed. There's supports for the old rancho just because it was a weird system, because there's two separate roofs that had nothing to do with each other. The new system is going to have fewer supports so that there's literally more space under it, combined with having a fully useful roof the whole way. Whoa, a little bit of camera action there. You can see the guys taking a break and back at it. It's amazing how quickly they actually work, even though you see them taking breaks and supervising quite a bit. The pace at which this roof goes up in really hot conditions is pretty impressive. This is all being filmed, of course, with a GoPro Hero 9 Black on a 2-second interval time lapse. I have it on a bendy tripod grip thing hanging upside down from different parts of our security door throughout the filming to get this. So this went on all day. I actually, on this video, decided it made sense to combine a time lapse that I did tomorrow on Tuesday along with this one, just so we could have all of the video all in one place. I thought it just made it make a lot more sense to not have to have the same thing happen tomorrow, because there's much less of it, and you can see this way all of the roof being done all at once. So I think this is really interesting. This is how roofs are made here. You see these ranchos everywhere in Central America, all over Nicaragua. It is a huge thing, and we've never actually watched one get built before, so watching our own get built is super cool, really interesting, and we're so thankful. This is our #1 biggest project for the hotel that we've been wanting to do. Of course, building our new home at the hotel, expanding the menu, fixing the plumbing, all those things are critical. This is the one that we have to close the restaurant to be able to do, and wasn't quite such an emergency that we had to do it right away, but it's such a big problem that it dramatically has decreased the capacity of our restaurant during the entire time we've been here, and doesn't look nearly as good as it should. So doing this has been just this really high priority, and all of us are very, very excited to be able to have this done and out of the way and not have to worry about it anymore. And our hope is that this roof that's being put on right now is going to last us for about 8 months. So this is a very temporary solution. It will last much longer if we need it to, but our intention is to get 8 months with it, and our hope is that in 8 months we're going to be able to get our permits and do all the stuff we need to do, and get the to get a seawall put in, some reinforcement, and then these roofs, these two that are here, replaced with a second floor of the restaurant and then a rancho up above that. So we want this to be much larger than it is, and a stairway will have to be put in, and we'll have to rethink the security doors at that time, and all kinds of stuff, because then the second floor will have to be open to the hotel, but we'll have to be able to close it off from the first floor area that has to be open to the beach. It gets a little bit crazy. You can also see that we have front seats that are quite far in front of the roof. Like, we just have to do that because people want to sit out on the beach. We really need to get a few umbrellas for those spots, something colorful, because we have a lot of really colorful hammocks and swing chairs, and our pillows that we normally put out, obviously they're gone for this, are very colorful. And we often have flowers on the tables, so adding some color with umbrellas out on the beach, I think, will make some of those seats even more usable. Probably 3 umbrellas or so will do quite a bit out there. So really, this is our whole day. I had regular meetings and stuff today, regular work, nothing too exciting overall, just a very normal day. There was Yvonne supervising things. I'm actually watching the video as I record the audio. Because the hotel was closed, there's really nothing going on. Alan came over because not a normal customer, so he hung out. We ate at the restaurant. We didn't have to completely close the kitchen. We didn't want to not give people hours today, so we did have the kitchen open just for us. Every so often somebody would eat in the restaurant, but that was about it. So essentially the hotel had no traffic today, and everyone was just out working on this. Where also you can see all those tables and benches there. All of those are being remade this week. They're being sanded down to their natural finish. They're being refinished. A lot of them are being rebuilt completely, so we're just reusing the wood to make things that are more comfortable, more attractive, fit better in the restaurant. So we're trying to increase our seating capacity and the comfort of our seating and the effective, that was the sound of Mia flapping her ears as she does, and just making the entire restaurant that much better because of the weird seating. A lot of them are just worn out, and that's other stuff. So this is just so many projects going on this week. This is the most interesting part now, actually putting up the thatching. And this is the first I've actually seen this. This is really cool seeing it kind of happen, because I had to set up the camera and then work, and my first chance to watch it is as I'm recording this for you. So that's really neat. I'm so glad that I did this. And you can also see our lights going on, and look at them getting brighter and dimmer, and that's crazy. That is the power fluctuating, as far as I can tell, just from the regular power fluctuations that we have. Wow, that is really dramatic to see it in the video. So we're just coming up pretty quickly here on the, I believe, the end of the first day and ready to go into the second day. It was surprising. They almost had it all done on the first day. When they came in on Tuesday, tomorrow, they only had to put the finishing touches on the roof itself. All of the hard parts were done, and then we had to re-plumb our shower, because we have an outdoor shower that is used by everyone on the beach. We're one of the only places that has one accessible to the public, so you can just walk up off the beach, turn on a shower, and get the sand and stuff, there's Wilbur, off of you. And it's actually a really big deal for getting people to come to our hotel, but it used to go along the front of the roof that we removed, and this new roof has no spot for it. So they actually ended up building PVC plumbing up over the peak and down the other side, and it's very visible from the second floor, but you can't see it from inside the restaurant. We also, those lights that you saw glowing that I mentioned just before, this is clearly on Tuesday now, they were the same ones we had in the front. They decided they needed to move them here to this restaurant, and we've been using them under this part of the restaurant. Later in the day, they brought all of them out, so they're all strung under there now, and they look really good there, but we now have no lights in the front, which is not great. So we gotta come up with something up there. We keep cannibalizing one thing or another. There's Dominica and Yvonne having lunch out on the beach, which I had no idea that they did, so it's very funny that they're out there. And there's Hernan talking to them. So we got to come up with a whole new lighting situation again for the front and kind of start over. So I don't know what we're going to do there, but we got to do something pretty soon, because having lights in the front is a critical part of getting people to realize we're open. We really struggle from the front of the hotel not being clear that we are open and welcoming people in. It's just too far removed. That is all that we have for today. For Monday, I will see everyone tomorrow.